Do you love horror, science fiction, B-movies, horror hosts, old-time radio, just plain spooky stuff? Then you should sign up at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah. You'll be supporting the production of Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wracking Theater, presenting the best, worst, and wildest horror films ever made. Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wracking Auditorium, featuring the best of old-time radio horror. Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour, showing classic 1950s sci-fi shows for Star Cadets of all ages. Plus, you'll get exclusive access to bonus content like Behind the Curtains of the Nerve-Wracking Auditorium, a deep dive into radio horror, Lord Blood-Rah's B-movie reviews, a look at a classic low-budget drive-in feature, and much more. Sign up today at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah for the love of horror.
Attention, Star Cadets! Stand by for action! Captain Paxar says prepare to travel time and soar through space while facing the worst villains of the past and the future! Stand by for Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour!
Greetings, Star Cadets! I, Captain Paxar, am speaking to you from the secret headquarters of the Interdimensional Peace Force. Today, we conclude our special 6-part mission with our newest ally, Lieutenant Tom Grayson of the Fighting Devil Dogs, as he struggles against the evil villain known as the Lightning. Phase 11 of our mission is as follows. The Lightning's secret base has been found, but now Lieutenant Grayson lies bound in a cave about to be blown up by the Lightning. Stand by for action as Lieutenant Grayson faces the baited trap.
And search the cave. You men stay here. Come on. This is the submarine. Come on, let's get out of here. Under here! Come on, boys!
Well, I guess the lightning won't use this cave again.
Yeah. Which way'd the wing go when it took off?
Toward the mainland.
That's the way we're headed for, then. Follow me! Return at once. Developments here necessitate the presence of you and Lieutenant Corby.
Well, let's go.
All right, Crenshaw. 403 Burton Street.
The demonstration must be made in absolute secrecy. I'll be there at 8 o'clock.
Every precaution will be taken. Goodbye. Hello, Grayson.
How do you do, sir?
How are you, Corby?
You know what?
You sent for us, sir?
Yes, you've just arrived in time. The demonstration takes place tonight.
What demonstration, sir?
Crenshaw claims he's developed a ray which will explode the torpedo before it leaves the wing.
Where is this demonstration to take place, sir?
We're all to meet tonight at 8 o'clock at 403 Burton Street.
403 Burton Street. We'll be there, sir.
Very well.
But I can't understand. Crenshaw has said nothing to me about this machine of his. And why can't we hold a demonstration here in my laboratory? Why should we all meet in an old building in some isolated part of town?
Crenshaw felt we should gather at some place unknown to the lightning. I'll arrange for a guard. You'll be there, Mr. Warfield?
Yes. I'll come.
I'll call for you at 7:30.
This must be the place. That's probably Crenshaw's ray apparatus.
This whole business seems very suspicious to me.
Crenshaw will be here directly. Maybe he'll be able to explain.
He's 10 minutes late now, sir.
That's strange. Those windows are bolted from the outside.
Well, if we must wait.
Perhaps I'm too apprehensive, but it appears to me that the lightning always seems to know in advance what our plans are. I am afraid the answer is that there's someone connected with our group who cannot be trusted.
You mean that Crenshaw might be one of the lightning's men? Maybe even the lightning himself?
Frankly, I don't know what to think.
I remember the time my father and Renault were killed. Crenshaw had been working with them, but left a few minutes before a thunderbolt struck the building they were in. Crenshaw didn't show up until the next day.
We've been wondering what had become of you.
I just found out what happened, sir. It's horrible.
When did you leave the laboratory, Crenshaw?
A little before midnight.
And you didn't find out about a thunderbolt striking the laboratory till this morning?
I was afraid to go back, sir. After that warning by the lightning, I was afraid.
I must admit that Crenshaw convinced me he was in earnest. Later, though, I had another cause to be suspicious of him. It happened that night when we nearly captured the lightning.
Star Cadets. Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour will be back in a moment. Stand by for action, Star Cadets. We now return to Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour.
Morning, boys.
We came as soon as we received your message, sir.
Good work. We must waste no time making an investigation of this gyroscope.
Where's Janet, Mr. Warfield?
What? Haven't seen her this morning. Out shopping, I presume. Ah, Crenshaw?
Good morning, sir.
I was just wondering about you.
I'm sorry, sir. I was delayed.
What happened to the foot, Crenshaw?
Oh, nothing. I just turned my ankle.
Crenshaw never explained just how he acquired that limp.
All right, speed her up. Say, won't they smell it? No, there's no odor to carbon monoxide. They'll never know what hit them.
Crenshaw would leave at times on various unexpected trips.
But he's not the only possibility. We had been discussing plans of a private nature. I discovered the last load of torpedo casings was shipped south to Gahorda, sir.
To the islands?
What could the lightning be doing with them there?
May I suggest, sir, that Lieutenant Corby and I leave for Gahorda at once. By flying, we can get there before the shipment arrives.
The trail of those torpedo casings may lead us to the lightning's base.
Very well. I'll issue the necessary orders for the plane.
We'll be ready to leave within the hour.
Take good care of yourself, my boy.
You both.
Bye, Tom.
Goodbye. Just what are you doing here, Benson?
I was waiting to see Mr. Warfield. I've just received news that might require my making a short trip. A personal matter.
It hadn't occurred to me that my butler might be involved. However, I do recall the time when we were about to get information from one of the Lightning's men.
All right, Jacobs. Can you tell me who gives you your orders?
A man they call the Lightning.
Do you know who this man is?
No, no one knows that.
Do you know where he can be found?
The Lightning can be found at the...
What happened? What happened to the lights? What was that? Turn off the lights. The switch is dead. Where's the main switch? It's still over there. I'll get it. There you are. Put the power lights on deck.
The Lightning.
The lightning was here? In this room?
Look, the door.
Did you ring, sir?
No, I didn't ring.
Come here. Where have you been the last 10 minutes?
In the kitchen, sir?
Was anybody else with you?
Yes, sir. The gardener.
At the time, I didn't think to question the gardener as to whether Benson were telling the truth.
It appears to me that either Benson or the gardener, as well as Crenshaw, could be the guilty one. Of course, any one of us is also open to suspicion.
I suppose you're right. But this business tonight looks very suspicious for Crenshaw.
very late.
Frank, something's wrong. Let's get that door open.
Cadets, the first phase of our mission was a rousing success. Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour will be back in a moment.
Welcome back, Star Cadets. I, Captain Paxar, will now brief you on the 12th and final phase of our special 6-part mission, assisting the fighting Devil Dogs. Lieutenant Grayson, Professor Warfield, and others are overcome by poison gas at the hands of the lightning. Stand by for action as Lieutenant Grayson has the killer at bay.
that door down.
Take care of General White there. Give me a hand with Mr. Warfield. Where's that gas coming from?
Through that flue. Someone tapped into the heating system.
Search the building.
Gentlemen, we barely escaped with our lives from a trap set by the lightning.
Deliberate ruse to lure us here so that we could be conveniently murdered.
Crenshaw planned the whole thing, all right. You notice he was mighty certain not to be here when it happened.
It's hard to believe. Yet, Crenshaw has the scientific knowledge. If he's the lightning, it will explain a lot of things that have puzzled me.
What about this ray machine Crenshaw claimed would stop the torpedo?
Merely a part of his scheme to get us in here. Probably of no scientific value.
No doubt you're right. It might be well to send it over to your laboratory till we have time to investigate it.
We'll take care of that, sir.
The police have been notified and have a dragnet out for Crenshaw.
I have a very important clue which I'd like to run down, sir. May I use your telephone?
Go ahead.
Supervisor, please. Corby, get a pencil. Hello, Supervisor. This is Lieutenant Grayson, Marine Headquarters. I want a list of all the outgoing calls made from the Warfield residence during the last 2 days. Thank you.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, follow up.
Hey. Come on, boys. All right, take 'em, men. All right, Tom. Come on.
You search the house. I'm going to have a look in that barn.
Keep 'em covered, Nobles. Follow me, men. Tom!
What is it?
I found Crenshaw inside.
I thought you would. I found something else.
At ease, Star Cadets! Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour will be back in a moment! Stand by for action, Star Cadets! We now return to Captain Paxar Paxar's Star Cadet Hour!
Lieutenant, I've been put in a very bad light.
If you'll just have patience a moment, please.
I hope you know what you're doing, Lieutenant.
This meeting may seem unusual to you, and through it I hope to force the Lightning's hand. We have all suspected from time to time that the Lightning had access to our group. This is true, and furthermore, at the moment he is in this room, and I am ready to have him pointed out. The witness who will identify the Lightning is behind that curtain. All right, Smith.
Janet.
Janet Warfield, will you tell us how you were captured by the Lightning?
I received a phone call that a friend of mine had been hurt, and when I went to the address that was given me, I was taken prisoner by the Lightning's men.
While you were held captive, didn't you have an opportunity to unmask the Lightning?
Yes, I did.
And he was...
He was...
Get him! There he is!
Gun, grab it!
Why, Warfield.
I think this proves our case, sir.
But you let him kill Janet.
It was only her reflection. We managed the whole thing with a mirror. Come on out, Janet.
Good work, Lieutenant.
The real clue was this.
Why, it looks like a small gas mask.
Yes, disguised as a nose inhaler. I picked it up after we'd been nearly gassed. Warfield had carelessly dropped it. Concealed by his handkerchief, he was breathing through it while the rest of us were nearly overcome by the deadly fumes. I realized then that Warfield knew in advance that we were to be gassed, but that didn't necessarily prove that he was the Lightning. I decided if he actually were the Lightning, he was holding Janet and would be keeping in touch with her guards. I traced the telephone calls from here, and that Hawkins Road address was the lead I wanted. You know the rest.
But what was Crenshaw doing there?
I was on my way to the conference when I was captured and taken to that cottage.
I owe you an apology, Crenshaw. I admit I suspected you. I thought that ray machine of yours was a bait for the trap.
On the contrary, sir. I'm absolutely convinced that my machine would have proved effective against the torpedo.
Tom, how do you explain Warfield being with us the day the Lightning spoke over the radio?
Janet can tell you that.
It was a recording of the Lightning's voice. I saw them putting the record away while I was still in the radio room.
Must have been a terrible shock to you, Miss Warfield, to learn that your father...
But he's not my father. He adopted me. I've always known that. But he's been very kind to me. And it was a terrible shock to learn that he was the Lightning.
Get the chest out of here. Move that chair out. All right, come on. 1, 2, 3, get through it. Come on.
Take you to build up a firing charge.
In about 5 minutes.
Get your dynamos going. Fools thought they caught me, but I outwitted them. Now on, it'll be war without mercy.
The
wing was waiting for him in the field and he got away.
Look, that light indicates the wing is building up a destructive charge.
The thing's going to torpedo us.
Your ray guns are our only chance now, Crenshaw. Can you make it work?
We'll know in a moment. Give me a hand, Lieutenant.
Dynamos are running.
When the light reaches 1,000 mark, we can fire.
Right.
What's wrong?
Great job, Star Cadets! The Captain will debrief you in a moment when Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour returns!
Mission accomplished, Star Cadets. You've all served with valor and honor. Lieutenant Grayson of the Fighting Devil Dogs, and I, Captain Paxar of the Interdimensional Peace Force, salute you. You may now stand down until we meet again at the appointed time coordinates, when we will again undertake a daring mission through time, space, and alternate dimensions. Until then, Star Cadets, always remember, keep the peace.